Learn English from Quotes Peter Senge. 2020080623. In the machine age, the company itself became a machine for making money. Innovation requires resources to invest, and you can see many companies pulling back and going into an intense protective mode in a major extended period of financial distress. It is a testament to our naivete about culture that we think that we can change it by simply declaring new values. Such declarations usually produce only cynicism. It takes courage and skill to be unambiguous and clear. It's common to say that trees come from seeds. But how can a tiny seed create a huge tree? Seeds do not contain the resources needed to grow a tree. These must come from the medium or environment within which the tree grows. But the seed does provide something that is crucial, a place where the whole of the tree starts to form. As resources such as water and nutrients are drawn in, the seed organizes the process that generates growth. In a sense, the seed is a gateway through which the future possibility of the living tree emerges. Knowledge is constructed, not transferred. Leadership exists when people are no longer victims of circumstances but participate in creating new circumstances. Leadership is about creating a domain in which human beings continually deepen their understanding of reality and become more capable of participating in the unfolding of the world. Ultimately, leadership is about creating new realities. Leadership is about creating new realities. Learning cannot be disassociated from action. Learning is all about connections, and through our connections with unique people we are able to gain a true understanding of the world around us. Learning organizations where people continually expand their capacity to create the results they truly desire, where new and expansive patterns of thinking are nurtured, where collective aspiration is set free, and where people are continually learning how to learn together. Learning to see the structures within which we operate begins a process of freeing ourselves from previously unseen forces and ultimately mastering the ability to work with them and change them. Like a pane of glass framing and subtly distorting our vision, mental models determine what we see. Many children struggle in schools, because the way they are being taught is incompatible with the way they learn. Many in positions of authority lack the capabilities to truly lead. They are not credible. They do not command genuine respect. They are not committed to serve. They are not continually learning and growing. They are not wise. Mastery of creative tension brings out the capacity for perseverance and patience. Time is an ally. Mental models are deeply ingrained assumptions, generalizations, or even pictures of images that influence how we understand the world and how we take action. Most leadership strategies are doomed to failure from the outset. As people have been noting for years, the majority of strategic initiatives that are driven from the top are marginally effective, at best. Most of us at one time or another have been part of a great team, a group of people who functioned together in an extraordinary way, who trusted one another, who complemented each other's strengths and compensated for each other's limitations, who had common goals that were larger than an individual's goals, and who produced extraordinary results. The team that became great didn't start off great, it learned how to produce extraordinary results. New insights fail to get put into practice because they conflict with deeply held internal images of how the world works, images that limit us to familiar ways of thinking and acting. That is why the discipline of managing mental models, surfacing, testing, and improving our internal pictures of how the world works, promise to be a major breakthrough for learning organizations. One possibility for difficulties innovating is that most people really don't care about innovation. Over the long run, superior performance depends on superior learning. People with a high level of personal mastery are able to consistently realize the results that matter most deeply to them. In effect, they approach their life as an artist would approach a work of art. They do that by becoming committed to their own lifelong learning. People with high levels of personal mastery cannot afford to choose between reason and intuition, or head and heart, any more than they would choose to walk on one leg or see with one eye. Perhaps for the first time in history, humankind has the capacity to create far more information than anyone can absorb, to foster far greater interdependency than anyone can manage, and to accelerate change far faster than anyone's ability to keep pace. Personal mastery is the discipline of continually clarifying and deepening our personal vision, of focusing our energies, of developing patience, and of seeing reality objectively. Personal mastery teaches us to choose. Choosing is a courageous act, picking the results and actions which you will make into your destiny. Reality is made up of circles, but we see straight lines. Scratch the surface of most cynics and you find a frustrated idealist, someone who made the mistake of converting his ideals into expectations. Sharing knowledge is not about giving people something, or getting something from them. That is only valid for information sharing. Sharing knowledge occurs when people are genuinely interested in helping one another develop new capacities for action. It is about creating learning processes. Small changes can produce big results, but the areas of highest leverage are often the least obvious. Structures of which we are unaware hold us prisoner. Systems thinking is a discipline for seeing wholes. It is a framework for seeing interrelationships rather than things, for seeing patterns of change rather than static snapshots. Team learning is the process of aligning and developing the capacity of a team to create the results its members desire. It builds on the discipline of developing a shared vision. It also builds on personal mastery, for talented teams are made up of talented individuals. Teams, not individuals, are the fundamental learning unit in modern organizations. This is where the rubber stamp meets the road. Unless teams can learn, the organization cannot learn. The capacity of a human community to shape its future. New word. Team.